Hi, this is Apostle Dr. Jewel Williams here with our wisdom moment. And so I want to talk to you today from the topic I am calling, What is Your Confession? Ezekiel 37:4, and I'm reading the NIV version, says, Then he said to me, Prophesy to these bones and say to them, Dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. You know, I was listening to this song by CC Winan and I forget the young man, and it's been like on repeat. And it pretty much was kind of saying the same thing about what is your confessing, those dry places that Jesus bring dry things to life. And so the first question that I want you to ponder is, what's the dry bones in your life? Dry bones, if you think of a dry bone, that means there's no life on it. That means all of the flesh has fallen away from it. It has no more purpose. It's lost its usefulness. So what areas in your life are like dry bones? But I want to come and encourage you, because it says, then he said to me, who is this? This is the Spirit of God. God is speaking to his people. He's speaking to you. He's speaking to me. He's telling us to prophesy to the bones, and he has something he wants to say. So this isn't, as I said today in service, this isn't a name it, claim it, snatch it, grab it kind of word. No. You're going to prophesy, meaning you're going to declare over some dry places in your life, not what you want, not what I want, but what God has said. So what places are dry? That's the first question. And then what is he sending you to say to those dry areas? What is his instruction to you about those areas in your life that are dry? And so, because this is what he tells Ezekiel, he says to say to them, dry bones. So first of all, I got to acknowledge, there's an acknowledgement there. So you got to acknowledge what's dry in your life. Is your relationship with him dry? Is your faith dry? Has your money dried up? What is dry in your life that you need to speak to? And then to command it to listen, to hear, to obey. Because I'm not talking just hear, but then and follow the instructions. So it's saying, dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. God is telling you, he's telling me, he's encouraging us that there are some dry places in our lives that he wants us to declare a thing. He is telling us what to say, how to say it, and when to say it. So we have to also make sure we're not getting out of pocket in terms of timing. So we need to ask God, what's the timing that you have for me in terms of what the confession is that you want me to say? Where am I going to say it? Because he sent Ezekiel to the valley of dry bones. Where's he sending you? What's your valley of dry bone? What is your area where the word that God has put in you to speak is about to make a difference in your life? It's about to raise up some places that were dead. It's about to shift some things that weren't going for you. I don't know about you, but this encourages me. Is this a reminder? What is your confession? No longer speaking the I got this wrong or this is mine. I was sharing with somebody that said, stop claiming my arthritis, my high blood pressure. It's not yours. Stop claiming it. I'm not saying ignore the symptoms, but stop speaking it over yourself and coming in agreement with it, because it's time for you to start talking to the dry places, the dry bones, and speak the word of the Lord over it. So what is your dry bone? What needs to hear from you today? Not what you got to say, but what God has commanded you and instructed you to say. So Ezekiel 37:4 says, Then he said to me, him being God's Spirit, prophesy, declare and speak that which is my word to these bones, those dry areas, those places that have died and don't seem like they could come back alive. And then say to them, speak my words, not yours. Say to them, dry bones, every dry place, every place that has not been bringing forth life, that should be bringing forth life. Hear the words of the Lord. God bless you.